Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Podcast. I'm Jessica Nunn.
And I'm our husband and co-host, Philip Gilfus. As we continue our journey in the Tennant Era, we're going to kind of close it out in some respects here. And so to continue on that journey with us, kind of to the journey, if you will.
I thought that several times.
Is almost the unofficial third co-host of the show, Charlynn Schmiedt. Char, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me back once again. We're going to close out the David Tennant era, you guys.
You know, there's just wads of tissues on the desk there.
Oh, man, I should have brought them. I swore I wasn't going to cry.
Well,
I don't want it to be over.
I don't want to go.
Well, before we get to these last specials, because we had Charlynn previously talk about sort of the regular, hand quote, regular series 4, because, you know, I'm guiding you through your Doctor Who experience, for better or for worse, Char. I said, well, you know, since you have a doctor break, it's always a good chance to take a respite, and so I suggested that you indulge in the 1996 BBC Fox joint production of the Doctor Who movie.
Yes,
Starring
and I
Paul
did.
McGann as the 8th Doctor.
Oh boy, I have thoughts.
Well, what was your good, bad, and ugly there?
Okay, the good was that they tried something kind of different. The bad was they tried something so different that it barely felt like Doctor Who. Like, I felt like I was watching your average 1996 American action / maybe attempt at horror film, complete with car chases and a romantic kiss at the end. It had it all, but I wasn't that impressed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a strange merging, I felt, of what little I know of kind of classic Who, where you've got a very kind of classic-looking Doctor, but trying to exist in a more modern world, and in America, no less, not in England. And I just don't know for sure if it worked.
Well, it obviously didn't, because that was all there was. So,
there we go.
The 8th Doctor goes on to have a long, storied career in audiobooks.
yeah, and the big finish.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad for that, because I did like the Doctor, but I was not really a big fan of Grace or Lee. Those characters just really didn't seem nailed down to me.
And now you got speaking of a new Doctor for you, you also got a new Master, Eric Roberts.
Yes! Okay, let's talk about this. This Master is much less manic and hungry than other incarnations I have seen. So to see him so toned down compared to what I'm used to, whoa.
That's funny.
Where did you misplace your uppers? What's going on?
I think only in comparison can Eric Roberts' performance in this be described as toned down.
Yeah.
So, but no.
Now, that said, though, I really appreciate that this is a story that's not the Doctor against having to save the universe against the Daleks or the Cybermen or whatever massive enemy threat it is. No, it's a man-on-man battle.
Mm-hmm.
Mono e mono.
In the heart of the TARDIS, Time Lordo, Tom Lordo.
Yes. And the TARDIS looks so much simpler than how we see it now, but I'm sure in 1996 it looked really good. Like, I really like the more classic looking elements that look old-timey even by 1996 standards, that seem to just have a certain charm to them, but the nice blue glowing centerpiece, that's cool.
Yeah, and having it be sort of a sitting room, I don't know how you would describe
drawing
it.
Room.
I might throw some people off, but it's because, in the classic series, it's, 3 walls and a console, and that's about it. But this is we have a budget. We can actually make it look bigger on the inside.
Yeah, and it was fun how they played with that in the actual adventure, where I think it was Lee, he goes into the TARDIS, and then has to go back out and walks around trying to figure out what in the world he just saw. That was really cool.
It's smaller on the outside.
Much.
You have to, and I think we were watching a YouTube show from College Humor the other day. I forget the term they invented for Highlander about something that you could erase from the canon. You have the line in the Doctor Who movie that his mother or father was he's half human.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I had questions about this. What the heck are they talking about? Am I missing something?
I think most people ignore it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that part of it is
Okay.
not canon.
Oh, okay. So that just didn't actually happen. I see. Because they mentioned that more than once in this movie, and I thought, am I missing some Doctor Who lore here? I really don't know where this is coming from. What did I miss? But it turns out I didn't, huh? Okay.
No.
I think it's... I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but one would assume it's just the producers going, oh, we want to make him relatable, so make him half-human, or something. So
No, we need him to be the Time Lord, crazy timey-wimey guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're still wondering who keeps rooms of mirrors in a hospital, but they do. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I thought you needed that experience to tick off there since you had the time. So.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to go back now and rewatch more of my history that I do have with the Master, because in this incarnation, he gets absorbed into the eye.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And then I just need to bridge that gap between then and then when he does come back.
Well, now this is pre-Time War, presumably, so...
Oh, that, yeah. Oh, okay,
no,
so...
definitely.
It is, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
No, that's all right.
I forget sometimes that I still have more to watch.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and again, because not to get into it, though we will get into it when we talk about Rassilon and Gallifrey, that, I think the brilliancy of when I was watching Doctor Who, and the same that you've watched, 9 through 10, is we hear so much about the Time Lord, you feel like you've watched it, but if you go back, there's no Time War episode. We've never seen it. And in our head, we're like, well, we know it happened, and he did this, and he did that. We've never seen any of that. It's just by dropping little bits from the 9th Doctor and the 10th Doctor. It's completely in our head, but we've never seen the Time War. But the Doctor did something that killed all the time. But, you've never seen it. You don't know exactly what he did, and, so...
Yeah, what the heck, guys?
Yeah. Although, to be fair, you started me. The first episode I saw with you was the 50th anniversary. Mm-hmm. So, that was the first.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, So, one other footnote I have on the whole 1996 movie is there's not one mention of the Y2K bug.
I know.
They didn't see that coming, did they? It was kind of funny, given that they were doing the whole 1999 to 2000 thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the year everything changes, according to Torchwood. All right. Well, so let's get into it. So, just to set the scene, this is kind of what from the Clever Dick films. It's not necessarily off my knowledge, but I assume at this point, it's been announced that Russell T Davies, the producer, is going to be leaving Doctor Who. David Tennant has now announced he's leaving Doctor Who, and following that, so now we sort of have, in order to finish Series 4, we're just kind of do these specials, and then call it a day. So, you already talked about the next Doctor. Last episode we were together, so we will begin with Planet of the Dead.
Okay, the Doctor Who Mission Impossible crossover. At least that's how it started out.
Yes.
What program am I watching here?
With Lady Christina, a.k.a. Michelle Ryan.
Yes. Interesting character. I wondered for a long time, is she somehow connected to Time Lords? She has the otherworldly quality, but it seems perfectly plausible that there can be other species out here in the universe that have superhuman powers that aren't Time Lords. Mm-hmm. And apparently she's one of them, and really, I would love to see the Doctor and Christina team up again. They're an interesting duo.
She did get... of course, I'm going to say this, and honestly, this is true for every character that you'll ever like, or don't ever like. Or she has her own Big Finish series.
Really?
Christina, yeah. So I haven't listened, because I liked Michelle Ryan, and so interested in what she would bring to the table in her own series. But
Yeah, and I really like the story here, too, where the insect creatures don't really mean to cause any harm or problems, but they do. And it creates this dilemma, and it's got to be solved, and that's it. That's the simple story. It's a fun adventure, and sometimes that's all it needs to be.
Yeah, there's not, again, not necessarily critique, not much of this episode, escape on a bus to the desert planet, bugs are going to eat the planet, got to figure out how to leave the planet. I mean, that's... So,
there you go. Those are the steps. Let's have some fun along the way.
What'd you think of the fan stand-in character, the
Oh,
unit?
Malcolm.
Yes.
Malcolm is all of us. He's just this ultimate fanboy drooling over Doctor Who. I loved it. It was a nice little nod, I felt.
And then what did you think while watching at the end with, and I forget the young lady's name, who turns to the Doctor and says, "He will knock 4 times."
Yeah, that kind of sets the stage of we know that the Doctor is going to die / regenerate. They couldn't have nailed that in a little more, could they?
So did you have any predictions hearing that line, or were you just like, I don't know?
I had no idea what it meant, knock 4 times. All I could think of was that song. It says knock 3 times on the ceiling.
Yep.
So that's what I was thinking. I wasn't going too far with it, to be honest.
All right. Well,
I figured they'll show me in time. We got more episodes to go here.
Next, we have The Waters of Mars. What do you think of the horror water zombie flick?
Oh man, okay, this was a really interesting episode. There were times I loved it and there were times that I hated it, and now I kind of love it because it got me to actually hate on the Doctor a little bit. He reaches a point where I think we saw the Doctor a little bit, I don't want to say out of character, but outside of his normal boundaries. Like, he does go too far and then he recognizes it. I don't know if it's just hubris or what, but he makes a mistake. He gets a little too arrogant. He gets a little too cocky, and he has to pay a price for that. That was really interesting to say, because that, I felt, he suddenly became the enemy of the story rather than the hero. And I don't think I've seen that in Doctor Who yet. So, wow, way to flip the script on me. I was baffled at what I was feeling. I went back a little bit watching this episode. Okay, I am following this correctly, right? He is doing all of this. And I wondered what sort of weird twisted ending is going to happen here where everything is all right again. Because Doctor Who doesn't have an anti-hero.
Right.
And yet the Doctor's actions here really had me wondering what is up with his psyche? What has changed exactly?
It reminds me... again, watching the documentary we'll talk about of Donna during the Christmas special that she did, Runaway Bride, and she's like, "You need to find someone." He's like, "I don't." He's like, "No, you do.
You really do, yeah."
And so, because in Waters of Mars, I mean, in as much as he had Lady Christina last special, he really doesn't have a companion. I mean, yes, he has the cast of characters, but he doesn't really have a companion per se in this special.
Yeah. The closest thing maybe, and she's not a companion, but he at least has Adelaide Brooke questioning him.
Yeah, but
she stands up to him.
It's an issue that keeps coming back. I mean, River says the same thing at some point, that you shouldn't be alone. And then later on, when things go a little bit wonky with Clara, it's, the two of them together is not a good idea. There's no nobody to put on the brakes.
So the Doctor needs to be checked, and this is sort of an example of what happens when he's not.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That really helps put it in perspective.
Yeah, because, I don't want to ruin anything, but I feel like this is part of the evolution, and you could criticize it as it goes on through the years of, the powerful God that is the Doctor, because the 9, I don't know, and then 10, but now we're getting to the point of, like, I can do anything, and so does it ever go too far? You'll have to answer that the next series, I guess. But anyway,
okay.
And I mean the whole run of 11, not just the next season. But
I see.
Yeah, the lonely God, that's sort of the. But yeah, this is the Time Lord victorious.
Yes. And with this whole underlying current of knowing that the Doctor is going to die, I did question, just watching this episode, is something that happens here a part of what makes the Doctor die? It did help me. It got me thinking. It made me raise those questions. So really, this whole time I'm watching the specials, I just thought, well, what's going to make the Doctor die? How is he going to die? The whole time.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I think it's good or bad. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason. I'm trying to think now to every Doctor after this, like, when should you... I mean, if you can. Sometimes you just can't help it. But if you can help it, when should you time the announcement? Given that you're then saying, you know, obviously, you know, there's going to be a regeneration, like, X episodes. But, like, something like this, with all this, you know, having done the regular season, the specials are sort of like that with the fan theory of what are we going to do? You know, drip, drop. So...
Although, I think... at least lately, it's become a little bit of an expected 3 seasons and you're gone kind of thing. So
that's the standard, right? Is 3 seasons and then that's it. Yeah. I'm not really looking forward to this coming season being Jodie's last either. But we've mentioned that.
Yeah, shortened if I remember correctly. But anyway, so let's get into it. The End of Time, Parts 1 and 2.
Oh, Grandpa gets an adventure! That made me so happy. I mean, if there's anybody in Doctor Who who deserved to go and have a little bit of fun, it's him!
He's so lovely, isn't he?
I love him so much. I want him to be my grandpa.
I know.
What did you think? I think... this isn't necessarily my favorite, but I'm interested in what you think. One of the standout scenes from Part 1, at least, and it is kind of dramatic, I might say melodramatic, and it has nothing to do with the story, really, is the Doctor and Grandpa at the diner, or wherever it is they are, and the Doctor just looking at him like, I'm going to die, and talking about what it's like to die, and, you know, and just having that moment there.
That little moment of catharsis. Yeah. And here we have Grandpa. I mean, he's not young. He knows his time is limited. It was very cool having that weird juxtaposition of this very young-looking guy talking with an older guy, and they're both discussing the finality of death. It's very cool. Yeah. I loved seeing the Master one more time. And
did you expect him ever to come back again?
Well, you kind of dropped a hint that I would probably see him in an incarnation before 13th Doctor met up with the Master. So I didn't necessarily expect it here, but then when he does show up, I thought, oh, that's the Master. Okay. And this Master is very extra manic when he's hungry. Oh my gosh. It was crazy watching all that fast-forwarded footage. Just, dang. How many Big Macs did that poor guy have to eat?
Yeah. Of course, he has the Dragon Ball Z powers now, so...
Yes. I think I do like the Master the most as a nemesis to the Doctor right now. Especially after watching this 2-parter, like, this was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But really, so far, everything I've seen of the Master, I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it more than the Cybermen or the Daleks.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very fitting enemy of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever want to watch Third Doctor, he's in every blooming episode.
Okay. Yeah, I very well might have to. I've got to know the whole intricate story, right? These two have it.
Yes. Yeah. And then we sort of have the the Master's crazy plan. When you're talking about special effects, it just have like the Obama shaky
Oh,
head.
Right. Yes, President Obama, scratch out Obama, it's the Master. That was that was creepy looking. I loved it.
Speaking of having to have John Sims having to like wear a dress, now wear this, now wear this, and then now wear this.
Yeah, I wonder just exactly how much work did that take, or was it all CGI'd? Crazy.
Yeah, and sort of that. I mean, what do you think? Part 1, I don't know if you necessarily segregated in your heads or just watched the whole thing in one sitting, But then, what'd you think of sort of, we get to see Donna, the return of Donna, right?
Gosh, they really just want to break my heart with that. I thought Donna had her day and we weren't going to go there again, but oh no, we do.
Just smushing your face in it.
Yeah, oh, for real though. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved seeing her just because I love that character. And in fact, I think I love her more and more each time we do see her. She is just such a unique companion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know why? It helped the Clever Dick review. Mm-hmm. Please edit that out. The review kind of told me why I think I like Donna so much. It's because they didn't necessarily go for the romance angle, mm-hmm. which I've largely maybe ignored as far as like with Martha and maybe even a little bit with Rose, not considering just how prominent that is in the Doctor Who lore, how often he falls in love with his companions. Mm-hmm. And Donna's just there as a team player. It doesn't seem like there's really romantic feelings. Mm. And I am okay with that.
Yeah.
And just to circle back, it's like, and again, this is generalized. You'll meet, every fan has their opinion, but like I think with the Eighth Doctor, I think British audiences were hungry for the Doctor Who movie, and so I think they enjoyed it. Generally speaking, I think Americans didn't as much, but of course, the Doctor Who movie is the first time the Doctor kisses anyone, and so then that sort of opened up the floodgates for when Russell came.
Oh, how interesting!
Now it's canon.
Now he's a kissy Doctor. So
I wondered how the British audience was received or didn't receive the Doctor Who movie, because I could just see how the Brits would say, "What is this piece of trash?"
And I think it was, again, general speaking, I think the Doctor Who fans were so thirsty because it was canceled in '89. So this is almost a decade. And they're like, we'll take what you got. What do you got? Yeah. What do you got for us?
It definitely didn't bring any new fans in, but people who were already hardcore Doctor Who are sort of
they were into it?
Take it, yeah.
Okay. It did feel sort of like a failed pilot, though. Where they were trying to bring more people in, reestablish a new audience. And where the 2005 reboot did work, this failed. So they obviously learned from some mistakes.
I think they were also trying too many things. They were trying to bring in new audiences, both American and British. And so I don't think that was ever going to work. The British folks who had never seen Doctor Who were going to look at that and be like, well, that's really American. And the American people are going to look at it and go, I don't understand any of this. And, if they'd maybe stuck with, we're going to try to reboot this just to bring in, to see if there's new British interest, like they did with the Ninth Doctor, I think they would have had better success.
Mm-hmm. And it might be worth checking out the Clever Dick Films' Eighth Doctor documentary, because it covers a lot about Doctor Who not being on the air and what that was like, sort of the that era.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check that out just to understand how things felt for the audience at the time. I love those reviews, by the way. They're so good.
Aren't they fantastic?
And what'd you think
they are
about
so good.
The end, the part 1 reveal about who the narrator was?
I'm sorry, the narrator
of the part 1, when it's revealed that it's been Rassilon and the Time Lords, and they're back, baby.
Right. Okay. Yeah. At first I had no idea what the heck. What are these all Time Lords? What's going on? Yeah, because I haven't really seen much of.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you don't recognize the headgear. Yeah, that's all very classic era Time Lord.
Yeah, as soon as you see the outfit, you're like, oh god. Mm-hmm.
I figured it out, but it took me a lot longer than I'm sure it did everybody else.
You're all like, why is James Bond? Oh. Well, what'd you think of the return of the Time Lords in part 2 and their plans, and
It created a really interesting conundrum for the Doctor, didn't it? I loved the sequence of the Doctor refusing to take the gun, like, at all costs, until he learns that the Time Lords are involved in that particular part of the sequence. Yeah. Well, and the Doctor and guns is kind of a, it's a mixed bag. I totally understand why he doesn't want to do that. And yet, as soon as he learns that, he's just like, gimme. We're going to do this.
Yeah,
and then Granddad goes on the adventure of his life shooting away.
Oh, yeah, we get the Star Wars. Yeah.
Lots of pew-pew-pewing, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was adorable.
I know. I
mean, he's just enjoying it so much. How can't I not enjoy it, too?
Oh.
He and the cactus people.
Yeah. You need to read his autobiography or his memoir. Bernard Cribbins.
National Treasure.
So delightful. And I think that it was probably recorded. I suspect that what he did was talked into a microphone and somebody turned it into, somebody ghost wrote it. Because the entire book is just in his voice. It's just amazing. Ooh. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a good...
Oh, yeah. That sounds delightful.
Good memoir, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I bet he has had a very interesting, adventurous life of his own.
Yep. Mm-hmm. From his time in World War II?
Yeah. He's old enough.
He fought in the war?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to know how he got into acting. If that's something he always wanted to do or what have you. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out.
Worth it, definitely.
Okay, cool. I was genuinely worried that Granddad was going to be Chernobyled in the chamber from the radiation. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we'd get the outburst, right? Mm-hmm. From David Tennant. I can't believe this is how it's going to end.
Mm-hmm. Well, how were you, when the Time Lords and the Master had been vanquished, and you had that relief and the 10th Doctor, and then you just heard do 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 do.
I'd been expecting this the whole time now, so I thought, okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. I was ready. I knew it was going to happen eventually, so I thought, okay, if this is happening now, it's happening. Okay.
But for it to be Granddad.
I know. That was the real heartbreaker was, I don't want any harm on him. No. Don't make him suffer. Don't give him radiation burns. No, I can't.
You have to sacrifice your favorite Doctor then.
Right. Yeah. So honestly, when the Doctor is just screaming out so much more, I'm thinking, yeah, dude, I want that too.
Series 5, let's do it.
Right? I mean, really, if there weren't this kind of... Well, I don't know if it was an established precedent yet at this time for the 3 years, but I didn't learn until I watched the review of the timing, why things happened the way they did, where David Tennant felt like he'd done what he wanted to do, and then it was really, though, Russell T. Davies, who had to step down due to his health, that it was actually a very smart idea to make a clean break with them both at that point. Yes. So knowing that, I feel a whole lot better about saying goodbye to David Tennant and a 10th Doctor. And Russell T. Davies, I really like his stories. Mm-hmm. He's probably my favorite of the Doctor Who writers that I've experienced so far. But even so, it sucks saying goodbye when you really like the work that you're watching.
Yes. Yeah.
How much were you squealing during the reward farewells, and which one did you squeal the most about?
The thing is we already had a certain amount of medley going through all of the favorites before. Mm-hmm. So to do it again felt a little excessive, and yet I completely understand why they're doing it. So if I had not just finished the last season a few weeks ago, if it had been a full year probably, or however long it was when this aired, I probably would have been, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to see Captain Jack again. And then we're going to go see Sarah Jane and her son again. And oh my God, and there's Rose. And that particular point in time was just so freaking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to go, I can't remember the order. I'll just go one by one. But like, well, you had the Sarah Jane one. I mean, that was fine. That's the Sarah Jane Adventures with what's his face, the kid. You know, that was fine. Just have that stare. And then, what did you think about who Martha ended up with?
You know, I didn't think too terribly much about it.
Okay, you never thought she was for Ricky Mickey getting married? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I just never really got too invested in all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go live your life, Martha. That's all I really want for her is to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I first watched, I was kind of like, okay, that's a throwaway. I don't even know why they chose that. But I think going back to it on subsequent viewings, it now hits me harder with the descendant from the family blood, you know, with when he was John
Smith, at the book signing.
And, you know.
See, I really love that one.
Was she happy at the end, you know?
Yeah. So, question for you as the longer veteran fans. Is this whole medley of him saying goodbye to the people he loves, was it heartwarming? Did you like it? Was it excessive?
I love it. I like to see everybody again. And also, I think possibly as somebody in theater, I just love that they're able to get all those people back every time.
That is pretty cool.
Every time I see that, I'm like, oh my God, these people must love what they've done with this.
To come back so many times. Yeah, it's true.
I just think that says something really special about the production as well.
I thought my first time when I watched this live, because I remember watching it live. Well, I don't know if it was live. I think it was. I remember thinking, because Tim is not my favorite. I have nothing against him, but I don't love him as much as people who love him. And I just remember thinking, like, they are so milking this, because it's like, oh, I don't want to go. I'm like, yeah, but you said you wanted to go as an actress. So you're all like pretending like I don't really want to. Yeah, you're the one choosing to go. But I mean, I get it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to go. They're forcing me. They're firing me, basically. Like, no, you said you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, really, I thought this was David Tennant's last hurrah, only to realize, no, this was Russell T. Davies' last hurrah. Yeah. He's the one who's really saying goodbye here. Yeah.
So he's saying
that one final salute, that was almost as powerful as when the Doctor quivers his lip when Verity asks if he's happy. Yeah. Man, that says so much with 0 words.
I do love the gift he gives. Like, you know, he saves the kid's life. He saves Martha and Ricky Mickey's life. You know, he touches base with the descendant, and he gets Captain Jack laid. You know, it's all the same.
Right?
You know,
that's so good. The lottery ticket.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
There you go. Yep.
I thought that was pretty cute. Like, the Doctor's not afraid of cheating just a little bit for those he really loves. They're gonna be fine. Yeah. And it was kind of cool seeing the wedding once again. Like, it sort of brought it all home.
Mm-hmm. The one that it works out with this time.
Yeah. And then Matt Smith. Oh, hi. And it looks like he's going to make one hell of an entrance on Earth. So, more adventures to look forward to.
It's so funny to always see him because he's so young, but yes.
Oh, and from the very first episode, you're going to love the first episode. It's just...
Okay. The 11th hour.
Yeah, Yeah,
I mean, again, not to build it up, but I just feel like he lands it because I think,
hits the ground running,
because
both literally and on the telly.
That's true.
I figured.
Because there's not a lot to compare it to. Well, I mean, like with the Ninth Doctor, there's no really first episode. I mean, it's him, but you know, the Christmas special or it's not the Christmas invasion because that's the Ninth Doctor, but you know what I'm talking about. Or the Christmas episode with the 10th Doctor. You know, he's in bed 3/4 of the time. So you really get like that last 10 minutes. And then you've seen the 13th Doctor, which I don't know. I think she was pretty much in it. But, yeah.
Yeah, but they have to find their footing a little bit. They're a little disoriented, have to get their bearings back a little bit. But you're so with Matt Smith, it sounds like there's none of that. He's ready to go.
It kind of reminds me, to translate it for you, as far as like Star Trek pilots, it's very caretaker. you're getting what you're getting.
All right.
Right
All right.
there.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
it's less about the Doctor being, because there's still going to be wibbly wobbly moments, but Matt Smith nails it.
He knows his character, basically.
Straight out of the box.
Okay. All right. That's good, because I need that energy after watching David Tennant.
And just so impressive for somebody that young.
Yeah, God, he's so sickeningly.
How old?
26, I want to say.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty young.
He's little. Yeah.
He's a baby.
No, he was 28, something like that, but he was
But,
mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and Tennant was how old when he played the Doctor? Because he looks pretty young.
Yeah.
But maybe,
yeah,
like,
but
what,
he's got
early
a baby
30s?
face. Yeah, I don't know how old
I'd have
he
to look
was.
it up. I
Yeah.
don't know. Because Matt is the youngest. The next youngest was the 5th Doctor. Peter Davison was pretty young. He was 30.
David Tennant's father-in-law.
Yes.
Yes, that whole dynamic, it still blows my mind.
So I don't. I think we looked this up once, and I can't remember. Like, I don't know. Tom Baker may have been the same age as David Tennant when he started, because
Yeah.
So, I
Oh,
don't know.
really? Because they look totally different. Okay, but that's good to know. Like, for the record, for your listening audience, in case you forgot, I don't look up any background information. I try to experience this as raw as possible.
Yeah. So yeah.
What I learn is what you tell me and what I see in the reviews after the fact.
Yeah.
But I think you could tell that the production team is leaving because they're like, we're just going to destroy the set.
They did what?
Well, you see the TARDIS exploding, during the regeneration, and they're like, yeah, we're just, you bring in your own set, you bring in your own doctor, you bring in your own thing.
So we're going to redecorate.
Don't like it. Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be an all-new Doctor, all-new companion, all-new TARDIS. Everything is brand new.
Yeah,
All changed.
Well,
basically,
new showrunner.
yeah, because this would be your. I mean, other than the 13th Doctor, but you weren't coming from anything. But this is your first clean slate regeneration.
Yes, it is. So Moffat era, here we come.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's basically a reset button, which is why I always suggest it's a good starting point, depending on who I'm talking to. Before the 13th Doctor, I would have always said start at 11, because it's the most modern, and it's a clean slate, so you can basically start from zero. Because, I mean, basically that's what I think a good thing about 11 is you're starting from zero.
Yeah.
Even if you've never seen anything before, or if you have, but like...
Okay, when I'm watching it, I'm going to have to be thinking about that. Where if this had been my introduction, how would I like that compared to 13th?
I know. I'm so excited for you.
Well, I'll get started in a few days. Thursday nights are my Doctor Who nights. And my
Nice.
husband plays poker.
All right. Well, any thoughts about the end of time before we get to the behind the scenes of it all?
Well, I mean, if you're going to go out, go big. And they did. I mean, really, all of these specials, they felt like little movies. Mm-hmm. The production values were high. The acting was superb. Of course, you've got big, grand stories. They did a lot with it. And it really felt like just a massive farewell, though, which was both good and heart-wrenching at the same time as a fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad I got to binge them in quick succession.
Yeah.
No time to mourn.
No. And I'm okay with that because I've loved the David Tennant era. I really have. I mean, learning that he was a lifelong fan of the show, it really shows just how much this means to him, the energy he brings to the Doctor. Yeah, you can't ask for a whole lot better. And really, especially with Doctor Who reaching such an apex in popularity, you kind of think, well, what could they possibly do to keep this momentum going? And then I'm about to find out. The bar is high.
It is. I think it was hard. I mean, if you're Matt going after Tennant, I mean that's not easy.
A lot of pressure. As much
very
as
young
David
age.
Tennant felt pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like the stakes are even higher for Matt Smith.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's go into the TARDIS library.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
When you close your eyes,
I go to the library.
go to the library now.
we're going to be continuing talking about our Clever Dick Films review, and he has finally, after much hard work, released his review of the Tennant Era. So, I think we spent most of it watching Jessica just fawning over the picture of young David.
Oh, with those little NHS glasses. Oh, so cute.
He's adorable. He's such a little nerd boy, and I love him for it.
Yes, such a little nerd boy with the scarf that his Nana knit for him.
And I too remember the days of closeted nerddom. It really wasn't fun being a fan of quote-unquote geeky shows like this back in that day. I get it. I suspect you were there too.
I want to see David's Doctor Who fanfic collection.
Me too.
Well, I don't know particularly order we want to go, but I mean, what struck you, Jessica, about anything that you learned new?
Oh, that I learned new.
And we sort of got David's, a little bit of his sort of history, acting history, from Scotland to the BBC. And
I don't think I realized that he was, doing Hamlet while he was doing these specials. Is that right?
Was it? I don't know. I remember it struck me that he was doing Blackpool, and that's when he finally got. Because when I'm watching these past things of David, because I don't watch them in order, and so like when you're watching Blackpool, which we've watched, is musical, actually slightly musical David Tennant. He's lip syncing musical David Tennant with David Morrissey from The Next Doctor.
It's the weirdest shit ever. It's so bizarre. It's so weird.
Yeah, the American version is what was it called? Not Viva Las Vegas, but something close to that with Wolverine.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
with Hugh Jackson?
Hugh Jackson. Basically, it's an Americanization of that with Hugh Jackson doing that. I can't remember, So, but hey.
If you get a chance. We watched it.
On YouTube.
So, yeah, check out at least one episode of Blackpool.
Yeah, maybe when you're doing some California fun stuff, put on Blackpool and on YouTube. And
it'll blow your mind. Blow your mind.
All right. Occasionally I need my mind blown, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just interesting because I'd known that Casanova, that's when he met Russell, or when Russell cast him. And like I said, if you haven't watched Casanova yet, I forget what we watched on Prime or Netflix. I mean, I'm watching Casanova and I'm like, it's the 10th Doctor. Like I think he has found that character. I mean, there's, it's Casanova stuff too. But of course you could argue the sexiness quotient as far as bringing that to Doctor Who. But like, I just see like he has found a character. So I just see when Russell's like has his plan B, he's like, oh, I got a guy.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was such a quick turnaround between Eccleston and then Tennant. Realizing just how tight that had to all happen. Mm-hmm. Not experiencing it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a hit show with no lead anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Problem.
Well, and I mean it was set up that way to an extent. Eccleston had a year contract, or a 1-season contract, and so being a jobbing actor, he was going out getting the next gig.
Sure, of course.
And so
as you do.
When it was a success, he was like, I got other things. Sorry.
Yeah,
Time to peace out.
Yeah.
My joke, of course, just I had to take a drink when we heard the word working class during the documentary.
Yes.
My joke is that, like, okay, well, Chris was northern. Let's go more north.
Yeah.
who do we have in Scotland? Anyway.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, when you told me way back when that, I mean, I didn't know a thing about David Tennant. You told me that he was Scottish. I didn't believe it because I'd only heard him with his Doctor Who accent.
What'd you think about hearing 17-year-old or however old he was, David Tennant?
I loved that clip. I need to watch that show.
What show was it?
The one where he's the mentally the emotionally challenged.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was it bipolar disorder or something like that? Mm-hmm. That looks really good. I want to watch that.
I just want to be a radio guy.
DJ.
Yeah. I love that. That was fantastic. Seeing little baby David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with his spiky hair. I mean, just, wow, he has amazing hair.
Yeah.
He always has.
Yep. Although, again, Matt Smith's got good hair.
Yeah, just in his own way.
Not a girl.
I was a little taken aback by that line. I just thought, now wait a minute, sir. What would be so wrong about being a girl?
I just love the fact that his voice cracks on that line. Just that little detail.
Yeah. Now, I was a little surprised more than anything that Tennant didn't readily accept the role when it was offered until we got a little bit more background, because the explanation makes perfect sense. I mean, he understood the gravity of what he was getting into, and it was wise of him not to take it lightly whatsoever. And yet, I'm so glad he took the opportunity because, hello, if he would have passed it up, one, he would have regretted it for the rest of his life, but then two, well, what would have happened to the show? Who would have stepped in? I mean, it just wouldn't have been the same.
And he wouldn't be married.
No.
Kids.
No. So, I mean, I really do believe, and it's such a cliche, that things happen for a reason, but they totally do, even if you don't understand why they're coming full circle at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I wonder. I've never heard his thoughts about, like, as a big fan, did he ever ask Russell for anything? Like, can I have a Cyberman episode? Like, what is he asking or bringing? Or is he just enjoying every moment, of course? But, like, is there any part of him that's like, could we? This is a thought. Other than, he got to do his costume. They all get to do the costume, though, but I always think that's funny. I mean, to me, that's funny in Doctor Who, because I just don't ever think of that in the American show where you're building the show, you cast the person's like, let's work together. It's like, no, you tell the person what they're going to wear. But, like, every Doctor Who, classic and new, the actor gets to be like, this is what I would like.
Bloody socialism.
I absolutely loved the detail about the shoes and why David Tennant picked the Converse sneakers for easier cosplay. That's genius.
Yeah. And for Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
thoughtful.
Yeah, I won't say the specifics, but there's going to be a future Doctor who will change the Sonic into something that's an everyday item. Because he's like, then anyone can do it, who's also a big Doctor Who fan.
Is it just a regular old screwdriver?
No.
Because if it is, I'm going to laugh.
But yeah, there is that element of wanting to have, even though if it is or is not a kid show, we can argue that all day, but that kids should be able to play it, in the backyard with not much. So
yeah. I mean, that really is genius, and that can come from only someone who had been there himself, who probably tried to put together some costumes in his day, and then the more everyday things that you can have, the easier it is for an average fan to put that together. That was genius, though.
Yeah.
No,
so cool.
What'd you think? Because I know you haven't watched them, but what'd you think about the spin-off discussion of Torchwood and Sarah Jane?
Well, okay, the whole Canine and Company 80s spin-off thing. Wow.
I don't know if that's on YouTube. I think it is.
Even though I haven't seen it, I think it's a good thing that Sarah Jane Adventures is the one that took off.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
You're not a big fan of the side pony? Was that not?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, wow. That was something.
Yeah.
Just think having to run 3 shows at the same time. Because I think Chris Chibnall was doing a lot of Torchwood work. I mean, as far as some of the writing. So but still to oversee it, to be the executive producer. 3 shows at the same time. Sort of like when Aaron Sorkin was doing West Wing and Sports Night at the same time. Like, you're going to kill yourself, basically.
One way or the other. How are you sleeping at all? Is it any wonder that cocaine was involved for Aaron Sorkin? That's the only way you're getting through that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to write every episode, but yeah.
Yeah, so really, I'm very grateful that Russell T Davies stepped down when he did, knowing that this was not good. This was not healthy.
Yeah.
This was overwork at its highest level, and as much as it was sad to see him go, boy, I'm glad he didn't work himself to death. That would have been much sadder.
So what'd you sort of think of the discussion of how each of the companions were introduced and the storylines? Richard, we love you. There's a lot during this one that I was like, I don't know about that, Richard. I'm going to disagree with you there.
Okay.
He had a lot of hot takes. A lot of hot takes on Richard's part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't, this is open for all of it. I mean, the romance doesn't bother me. I could, if you're a classic person, I'm stereotyping, so excuse me, listeners. I don't mean to stereotype. But the classic lover of the classic Doctor Who lover, asexual, no snogging in the TARDIS, 100%, and full stop. And I can get that if you're like that, and then you get Rose, you get, you're like, okay. This is, not my Doctor Who. I mean, they're not saying that, but it's just it's a whole new look at this. How I feel about cursing in Star Trek. I don't like it. But I'm an old funny daddy.
What about double dumbass on you?
You're not using it correctly. But anyway, so I mean, I can get that. So that was one of his critiques. Another, he didn't like the Doctor Who, or the 10th Doctor farewell. I'm like, I love it. I like that.
I told him to shut his filthy mouth. That's what I was yelling at the television.
Yeah, honestly, I found what he called a tantrum very cathartic, in that we were all, we all knew David Tennant was leaving. It had been announced, and it hurt, man. And so to just have him yelling for a little while, is it a little childish? Yeah, sure. But we're all kind of inwardly feeling that a little bit. I don't want you to go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm going to kick and scream, too. Let's just all have that moment. It was kind of nice to have that on screen.
It's self-indulgent, but that's okay.
Yeah, and
I think they could get away with it, as beloved as David Tennant was up to the show.
And I think that might just be 21st century storytelling, especially in Doctor Who, where, and again, this is a general statement. In classic Who, you don't get a lot of arcs for the Doctor. They all have personalities, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're not just the same character. They all bring something. But in 21st century storytelling, you're going to get the internal dynamics a lot more coming out.
Sure.
Not just acting inside. It's going to come outside now. In the 21st century, the audiences are more, or writers are more likely to give, what's he thinking? He's going to be angry. He's going to be sad. He's going to be, whereas...
Yeah, it's like he's almost audibly reading his internal monologue. If that makes sense. He's reading his comments section aloud for us. I love the whole thing where poor David Tennant read the comments on message boards and what have you, and how it started so positively at first, and then it was like, ooh, and he's just, hey, and I'm like, David, don't ever read the comments.
Scottish Doctor.
That's
not
rule number one.
Yeah. Stupid sand
Yeah, right? Oh, my God. I hope Jodie doesn't read the comments either.
Yeah. She flicks her fingers off at him. What about you, darling? Any other things that were covered in the documentary that popped out at you?
Again, I think, whether it's hot takes or his perspective, and it may be his perspective as someone who grew up on the classic Who, but his problems with the romances, unrequited or requited, I have almost the opposite problem. I was not crazy about the Doctor or part of the Doctor going off to be with Rose because I didn't see it as a romance, really. And so it felt a little abrupt to me. And again, I think that is quite possibly just because I ignored it. I think if I were looking for that, then I would see it. And same thing with Martha's unrequited. She says at some point fairly early on, and then it drops out of my brain. I'm not looking for romance. I'm not looking for her pining for him, and so I don't see it as much. And so,
yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you, where I'm not needing that in my story.
Yeah, and also, Richard clearly didn't need it either, but he was very antagonistic towards it. Whereas I was just like, I don't know, it didn't really happen.
And then
just ignoring it.
And I think it's primarily the 10th Doctor does snog everyone. I mean, that's valid. But you don't. I'm going to say this, and I believe this is true. You can correct me. He's the Doctor that has the most, if at all, romance stories. I mean, I know you're going to say, but that's
yeah. Oh, yeah. And even that, though.
Yeah. Sorry, we're trying not to spoil.
Yeah, we're trying.
We're talking in couple speak now.
Trying very hard not to spoil for you. But
we'll say the 11th
that,
Doctor's person, blah 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 blah.
It is a romance, but at no point does it feel romantic, or maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah.
It's romantic, but at no point does it feel like a romance. I'm not sure. Yeah.
But
okay, that could be interesting because that's how I feel really with the Doctor and Rose, where it is a romance. Like there's love, but that's kind of where it starts and ends.
Yeah,
like they're not going to have necessarily like we're not going to see them having a sexual long-term partner type of relationship. No, we don't ever need to see that.
Yeah,
because like say an episode like I forget what it's actually called, The Girl Behind the Fireplace, whatever it's actually called. That's a romance story for the Doctor, which I don't mind. I actually like it. It's a very nice episode to mind.
Yeah.
But I could get that people are like
period. I feel like it's romance because of the period it takes place in. Mm-hmm. And so it should be swashbuckling and heaving bosoms and horses and it should be.
Madame de Pompier.
Yeah, so that again, I don't go, ooh, he had a fling with the fireplace girl. I'm like, this tracks.
And I guess if you get to kiss Kylie,
you kiss Kylie.
Yeah.
If the opportunity presents itself, you kiss Kylie. If the opportunity presents itself, I'd kiss Kylie. Everybody wants to kiss Kylie.
So are you saying, Philip, that David Tennant is sort of like the Captain Kirk?
Yes.
Of the Doctors?
Yes.
He's going to get a little snog whenever he can?
Yeah. I think he, I'm not saying this personally, but I'm saying the way the character's acted, he is the sexy Doctor compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does fit in line, though, with his personality. He has a little more spunk. He is a little more, I guess, willing to go out there and be a little more unpredictable, and it's a little more rough and tumble. Mm-hmm. Whereas I feel like other Doctors that I've seen so far, they're a little more reserved. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get your impression on that.
So Richard, work on the 11th Doctor era.
I'm so excited.
No, but no, definitely a lot of work went into it because I don't even know how long this documentary was. It was very long. I don't say that in a bad way. I just remember because it's like we're talking about David's career. I'm like, we haven't even started talking about Doctor Who yet.
It was like a full-length documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality is that of what you would expect out of a network. Mm-hmm. It's so well done.
Oh yeah. He's Richard's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
He's really freaking good. I hope he's getting some kind of perk out of all of this, like either some financial reward or something, because this is beyond a labor of love.
Yeah, and it's just so thoughtful and interesting. It trips along really nicely. It's just it's just
he checks all the boxes. It's entertaining. It's thought provoking. It's informative. It's well produced. Mm-hmm. He's got it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now, Shar, it's your final moment of saying goodbye to the Tennant era.
No! Hey, I knew this was coming. It had to happen. Yeah.
To all things, there must be an ending.
Yes. By the way, I did spot a certain someone in the special thanks section for the documentary.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yes, that was good. And you know what's really cool is with these being on YouTube, I'm going to go back when I'm looking for a little bit of nostalgia. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to watch the recaps, the reviews, over necessarily restarting a whole season when I want just a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a reminder.
And then Metal to be like, I think I'll you'll see the episode clip. You're like, I don't think I'll watch that episode.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you sort of like flipping through it. You just watch the whole documentary. Like, I don't
yes. Although I've reached a point, like there's enough time now where I really want to go back and I want to revisit the 9th Doctor now that I've seen some of the 8th Doctor, and then go back and do it all again. I want to catch up though, get up to speed, see the 11th and 12th Doctors, and then probably start going through it again because I know I've missed things, and knowing now the big plot points of these stories, I want to look for the small things that I couldn't have even looked to know in the first time through.
You need to start sending her children in need clips.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shar, if anyone wants any of your hot takes from the 10th Doctor era, where can they find you?
Oh, if you're not sick of them yet, you can go on Twitter and you can @ me at the profanity.
Awesome. Well, darling.
Yes, my love.
Until next time, continue enjoying the Doctor's many adventures throughout time and space.
This is BBC Television.